Hey, how are you? Got a good video here on what they are not telling you about starting an insurance agency. I got the good things and then the ugly things and what you can expect and the sunshine and the rainbows and then the stormy clouds. So let's dive into it. So first off, I'm going to just say this. There's a lot of other people talking here on the YouTube and other platforms, and they're kind of promoting and showing and teaching people how to run a successful agency, how to grow an agency. And I think one of the things that they're kind of not touching on much is the actual pain and sweat and blood and tears that you have to go through to even get your agency off the ground. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that I'm putting out that is, for your toolkit to, get you on the most efficient path to growing your agency and be most successful. But I want to keep it real also with everybody that those first 18 months really, really suck. Like, I was very, very broke for 18 months. I even tell this story to some of my friends that I talk to that are super successful in other industries, real estate, and they're crushing it, making $500,000 plus a year. When there was times where I would show up sitting, having dinner with buddies and friends and people that are, already crushing it years ahead of me. And I'm sitting there just believing in my own like little fairy tale world that my agency is already on the come up, it's growing. And little did I even, now looking back, I can analyze and see what was really happening there. I was just in this like almost delusional kind of like belief of success that the agency was going to have, that I was forecasting growth and putting expenses down that I didn't have the money for yet. So I was forecasting growth, which is extremely sketchy to do. Now looking back, like those first 18 months were kind of crazy. I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today with the growth of the team. Now we're a team of 5, including myself. So it's not like a massive team, but I've just been scratching with grit and determination to get to where I'm at. Just even this little level of success that I'm at today, just by doing kind of basically sketchy kind of rolling the dice, just betting on myself stuff. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm not hearing anybody else. Like, shout out to everybody out there that's also helping grow agencies and stuff, but let's also keep it real for everybody. This shit kind of sucks sometimes. Like, it's like almost 7 p.m. I'm still here at the office. It's like the early January 2022. I feel like these last couple of weeks I got wiped out with COVID. Like, I couldn't work. The holidays set you back, and you have to get the train rolling again. Like, I am literally feel like I'm pushing a train that's like just starting to get moving again and getting it back to full steam, like speed, so that we can start hitting some big numbers and real goals that we want to hit this year. Because it's not, and also this is a big point I want to say. Nobody is going to show up at your door and hand you any level of success. Like, everything that you want to create and every level of success happens starting with you. And like, no one, like, I don't know who's told me that one day, but it just stuck with me. Like, no one's going to show up and knock on my door and be like, hey Chris, here's like this giant, $500,000 deal. It's just not going to happen. Like, I have to create these opportunities. I have to create this, video, this presence, this everything that I'm doing. I have to create it and make it happen. And that's same with you. So I'm getting a little just rattled up. This one isn't like all about like this process, this step. Like, follow those things. Like, they're definitely going to help you without a doubt. And I'm not here to I'm not trying to make money off anybody or do anything. Like, I genuinely just put this stuff out because I think it could help you grow your agency and make you some money. And maybe one day you come back and say, hey Chris, thanks to that video or that tip or that process, like, now I've made $1 million. Like, honestly, that would feel pretty cool. And I also just do this for documenting my journey. This is also like selfish. I don't really say it that often, but I also do this just to document my journey. But there are a ton of growing pains that I've dealt with in these last couple years. Just scaling like offices, like moving offices. Like, I've moved offices a total. Well, I've had 3 offices, so I've moved twice. Like I had my original office. There was this tiny office that started with nothing, moved into a little bit bigger office because I had like employees at that point. And then I've moved into this bigger office now where I have, now all 5 people can fit comfortably without feeling like sardines and stuff. Dude, nobody talks about the fact that I had to like carry all these desks. I broke this desk. I had to drill it back together. I had to put like all the computers. I had to put all the whiteboards up. I had to put all my stuff up. Like, honestly, I haven't even hung up my stuff on the wall. Like, this is ridiculous. But there's just like a million different things that like people don't see and don't talk about. So I'm just trying to keep it real. Like, there is a bunch of BS stuff that comes along with it, and you have to love it. Like, you have to love every single bit of it. The growing pains, like, hiring a new person, like taking on some additional potential expense to, now pay for another employee and then still make enough money to make ends meet for yourself so that you can go out to a nice dinner with your girlfriend and you can afford it still. It's like that kind of stuff. And then, obviously, like, you have to go through hiring, and then, like, let's say the person isn't a good fit, you have to fire them. Like, nobody talks also about being a manager, about being a coach, about being like the John Wooden of insurance. Like, I'm trying to be the John Wooden of insurance. I want to make sure that my team is crushing on all, 6 cylinders. I want them to be just crushing. And is it 6 cylinders or 8 cylinders? All 8 cylinders. I'm talking about a V8 here. I'm not talking about a V6. On all 8 cylinders. I'm trying to get them to be as efficient as I possibly can. And that comes with being a great coach. If you're like insecure about yourself, if you're, passive aggressive towards people, if you lead with fear, like, there's a good chance that like you're not going to be a great leader and your team isn't going to do very well. And then you're going to end up just having to sell for the rest of your life. And you're going to have to be the only producer in your agency, which also totally sucks. Like, eventually you probably want to kind of sit back and let your business be running. Kind of, you could take a vacation and you don't have to worry about a service call or making a payment for somebody. So those are the kind of things that you just need to like bust that ceiling open, and you need to get it going yourself to get it really started. For the first 18 months, it sucks. If you're doing things right and you're laying down the groundwork to make a successful agency. Like, I see other people out there talking about it, and then they're like, I sold my agency. It's like, okay, yeah, just see that you weren't in it. Like, you didn't have it. You didn't really have the path. Like, I wouldn't sell this. I love this. The only reason I would potentially sell is because I feel that the industry is turning and like NFTs and cryptocurrency is going to take over, which it potentially could. Who knows? Like, I'm not Nostradamus up in here. But hey, man, if that happens, I might have to sell it. And I'll take the $1 million and I'll take my team with me and I'll start another business. And I'm going to keep this thing going because I love doing it. So be ready to be broke. Be ready for growing pains. Be ready to fire people when you don't, like, it sucks. Like, that's honestly the worst thing ever, firing people and letting people down. I hate that. Be ready to be a real coach. Like, find out who John Wooden is and understand what he did for UCLA basketball and why he's a beast. That's a good thing to do. Bust open your ceiling. Make sure that top ceiling, everybody's worried about like, I need to expense more stuff. I need to make more expenses so I can, write off on my taxes. You know what you need to worry about? Stop worrying about your expenses because you can only expense down to 0, but your ceiling is unlimited. So bust that ceiling open. That's what I'm talking about. And then be ready to wear every single hat in your agency. You're a marketer, number 1, because people need to know what you're doing. You're a salesman. You're an accountant. You're a coach. You're a friend, like a human as well. You're an organizer. You're a Facebook ads specialist. Like, you're just like you're everything. You're the janitor. You water the plants. You're an event planner. You're et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's all the stuff you got to do. That's all I got. If you want to give me a like, that'd be cool. I'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, that'd be awesome if you subscribe too and ring the bell or whatever that kind of thing is. Really, really appreciate it, guys. I hope that keeps it a little more real with you. It's late night. This is when I honestly operate at my most efficient time. So I'm kind of like a night owl. So you'll see that most of mine are like, you haven't seen natural light and stuff. This is a night video. And I'm feeling hyped up right now because it's 2022. It's January. I'm hyped up and I'm ready to get after it and just crush these goals because I'm not just talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to make it happen. So give us a like. Please subscribe if you want. You don't have to. And that's all I got. Hopefully that helps. Keep it real for you. And that's all I got. We'll talk to you guys soon. See you at the top. Peace.